Hello everyone, my name is Demonte Madden, and today I'll be talking about budget cuts. In late May, the Trump administration released a preliminary budget proposal for 2018, which proposed devastating cuts to student aid and university-based research, and additionally proposed a drastic reshaping to the federal student loan program. Those decisions made by the administration are going to make college substantially less affordable for the average American. And with college being less affordable, it is reasonable to assume that it would impede the development of technology and innovation and could very well deprive the world of the next wave of great scientists and engineers. There is a potential positive to the cuts being administered, however, in that the White House estimates that approximately $143 billion would be saved over the course of the decade by allowing the Perkins Loan Program, which was started to help alleviate some of the costs of undergraduate and graduate studies by $5,500 yearly, or $27,500 in total, and $8,500 yearly, or $60,000 in total, respectively. Additionally, the White House promised another $76 billion in savings by streamlining income-based repayment programs for student loans by requiring the borrower to pay 12.5% of their discretionary income inside a 15-year payment window before being eligible for loan forgiveness. The total cuts work out to be a 13.6% reduction in the Department of Education's current funding and 22% for the National Institute of Health, the largest federal supporter of biomedical research. On one hand, as previously mentioned, there is a considerable amount of money to be saved, which is a tremendously helpful advantage for our staggering deficit that cannot continue to grow at the current rate. However, in my opinion, the place to start the budget is not in the future. I understand that the point of this project was to make a compelling argument opposing the position on the issue, but I honestly don't know if I can make a compelling argument. I'm not sure if you can give me a scenario where I willingly agree to cut the educational spending and tell children that they aren't able to pursue their dreams to make our country better. As I'm sure President Trump would say, trust me, nobody is as big as a fan of safety as me. Nobody. But with that said, I would much rather see the defense budget cut as opposed to the $56.4 billion increase from President Obama's defense budget in 2017. The United States has more than 4 times as much money spent annually on defense as the next closest country. I can tell you that in my lifetime, nobody has ever invaded the U.S. soil in a war. In fact, I can actually tell you that nobody has ever invaded U.S. soil. The closest came on December 7th, 1941. There is absolutely no reason that we need to spend more than 4 times the closest next country for defense budget. If there is to be cuts, it is critical that they do not come from the education and innovation. With less students able to afford college and less funding to help subsidize the cost of education, there will be less and less students attending college and less each successive step after their undergraduate careers. There aren't many families that have the disposable income to be able to fully fund an undergraduate and graduate education without subsidizations or with greatly diminished subsidizations. All these things will greatly impact the ability for research to flourish, policies to be written, and goals to be accomplished. Because there won't be any funding for research, students to teach, which means there won't be a reduction in there will be a reduction in faculty, and the cycle will continue. I'm no economist. I don't know everything about fiscal policy and regulations. I don't have it all figured out, or else my career path will look much different than it currently does. But I can tell you without any doubt that by cutting educational spending and specifically science and technology, we are not going to continue to be at the forefront of the world innovation. We are not going to be the leaders of the technological races. We are not going to be a haven to the world's best and brightest because we are making a very clear statement and telling the world we don't care about our children's futures and we don't care about the progression of innovation. I understand that the harsh economic times lie ahead of us. There isn't a change in the current spending and current deficit, but America, since its inception, has been the land of opportunity, and there will be no opportunity if there are such radical cuts to education and technology. America doesn't need to be restored to greatness because it hasn't left. However, if these budget cuts go through, there won't be much greatness left.